Good morning everybody. We'll just give it a few more minutes before we start, and then just wait for everybody to get sat down and comfortable. Right then, so welcome to the live virtual open morning at the National Horse Racing College. So this morning we'll be here until about 12 o'clock, and we'll be showing you all around the college, chatting to you about the foundation course, meeting a few of the learners, which they're heading out now, go and do a bit of manual work. And you can ask any questions that you wish throughout the video, and we'll be able to answer them live as well. So the 12-week foundation course, it's a residential course, obviously for 12 weeks long. So it's for anybody that's aged 16 or over. So there's no academic qualifications required or previous equine experience required either. So a lot of our learners have never touched a horse before arriving. So we'll just head over to some of the learners that are now getting ready to ride. So you can see here we've got 3 barns. So the one over there is the pony and mare's barn, and then we've got 2 barns here. So the one in front of us now has got a few horses in there that may bite or might kick. They've got warning signs on their door, and the ones in that barn, they're a little bit more gentle, so we'll go and see them first. So this is Ralph. This is one of the learners' favourites. He's quite often, you'll see him in the Student of the Week pictures and the On Track for Racing pictures as well. And there's Gamester Boy. He's pretty chilled out, as you can see. So the learners have all mucked out this morning already. So you'll see some of the stables are bedded down with straw. And we have shavings as well, so there's a bit of a variety. So you're getting ready to ride, are you? Are you in the indoor and the gallops today?
Gallops today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long have you been here for them?
We've been here for 11 weeks now.
I can see near the end then. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Challenging at times,
But you're enjoying it. Did you have any experience with horses before you arrived?
I worked at Michael Dodd's racing yard.
Okay, so you've been in that environment then?
Yeah. It's quite challenging, but you just got to go with it.
Yeah.
Get through it.
And what's your dream then? What do you want to become?
I want to become a jockey eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to take a while, but
If you determination, hard work, you'll get there, won't you?
yeah, definitely.
Best of luck, and we'll see you out on the gallops. So like I said, if you want to ask any questions throughout the video at all, just pop them in the comments and we'll answer them live on air. So who's this then that you're getting ready? Yeah, is he one of your favourites? He's not the favourite.
It's not my favourite.
Do you have your favourites?
Yeah.
Who's yours?
Mine's Anton.
Yeah, who's yours?
I don't know favourites.
Do you know, you just like them all. So are you riding on the gallops or in the indoor today?
Yeah.
So how long have you been here for?
4 weeks. Under 4 weeks.
So not long then. How are you finding it?
It's good, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do much experience with like horses or anything.
Oh, before?
Like wildlife.
Oh, that's good then.
I've doing my standing canter now.
That's really good.
So for a few weeks I've like progressed a lot.
Yeah, that's really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
You haven't been here that long, so to come from not riding, not being around horses to that is really, really good. So well done. Right, we'll leave you to it. Get ready. So as you can see, they're all getting ready here. So who's this that you're tacking up today?
Munch.
Yeah. So Munch is a firm favourite of a lot of learners. Is he one of yours?
Yeah, my favourite on the gallery.
Is he? So what's he like to ride then?
On the gallops is a bit cheeky on settle, so you
Yeah.
can gear and stuff, but then he just settles. He's really lovely.
So as soon as you know how to handle him and how to ride him, he's absolutely fine. Fantastic. So you're on the gallops today then?
Yeah.
Perfect. So we'll be seeing you out and about then. So they're all just getting ready now, just to head out. Like I said, a few are on the gallops and a few are in the indoor arena as well. So we'll mainly be looking at the ones on the gallops today. So typically those that have been here, so if they had no riding experience prior to arriving, so normally in their around the 7th week, depending on the individual, they'll then head out onto the gallops once they're strong enough and their skills are there to ride on the gallops. But our instructors will work with them and ensure that they're ready before they do go out on the gallops. So there's plenty more in here getting ready. So who are you riding today?
Riding Star.
Is he one that you've ridden much before?
Yeah, he's one of my favourites.
Is he? Are you on the gallops today?
Yeah.
And you are. Fab, so we'll be seeing you out there then. Perfect. So how have you found the course then?
I'm really enjoying it. It's gone very fast.
Has it?
But, yeah, I've enjoyed every bit of it.
Did you have any experience with horses before you arrived?
Yeah, I've been riding since I was like 12.
Okay, so a bit of experience then.
Yeah. I didn't ridden race horses much before, just a handful of times.
Yeah.
So,
Does it differ a lot to what you were used to?
much.
It is.
I used to be show jumping, so it's a lot different.
Right, yeah, so it is very different then.
Completely different style.
Yeah. So yeah, especially with the saddles, it's very different. So those that are watching, if you're used to the conventional way of riding, so in what's called a general purpose saddle, you'll see the difference in that to this racing saddle here. So all the learners will ride in a racing saddle, so they'll soon get used to the different ways that we tack up in racing. So he's looking very chilled. So right, we'll leave you to it and we'll see you out on the gallops. So here's one of our training instructors, Phil. He's just tacking up now to head out. So who's this then that you're tacking up?
This is just playful.
Okay, have you ridden him much?
Yeah, I've rode
You've
him
been-
a few times. I really rode him when I first came here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So how long have you been here then?
This is our 4th week.
So not too long then. So are you used to the routines and getting into everything now?
Yeah, it's quite easy to settle into once you get into it because you do it every day.
Yeah, yeah. So it's the same, pretty much the same thing every day,
Yeah.
which in the racing industry that is how it is, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
so what was your experience then before coming here?
I've been riding for about 6 years, and then
Okay.
I did 2 years at Ascot Bryan on the equine course as well.
Oh, okay. So you've got a bit of knowledge before arriving there. So how have you found it then, compared to those that maybe haven't ridden before or haven't got any experience with horses?
It's easier to get into things, like learn how things are done.
Yeah,
Sort of already have an idea.
yeah,
So I think I have a bit of an advantage, but
yeah.
they're like get it fresh.
Yeah, so they learn, on the job. So are you able to help them and kind of help them along as well during the course?
Yeah, in the first week we all helped each other, even the people who have ridden before and
Yeah.
had experience with horses, we still helped each other. So obviously people find certain things more difficult.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So it's all about teamwork, isn't it?
Yeah,
Perfect. So you're on the gallops today or on the indoor?
in the indoor.
The indoor, fab. Right then, we'll leave you to it. So there's a question from Kirby saying, how do you apply? So you can apply 365 days of the year, and it's on our website. So if you go over to www.thenhc.co.uk, there is a button there that says apply. And like I say, you can apply any time of the year for any course as well. So we have courses starting every 6 weeks. So we have 2 groups in at one time. So who's this then? You getting ready?
Zorro. He only came here about a week ago.
Yeah, so he's quite new, isn't he?
Yeah. So I think he's still quite young though. So we're just trying to strengthen him up a little bit.
So you're in the indoor today? On the
Gallops.
gallops? Oh, yeah.
Straight from the flight yard.
Oh, okay.
So I think I'm second person to ride him.
Oh, yeah. Have you ridden him before today then?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. So
He's pretty much a doddle, so hopefully it'll go well.
I'm sure it will. We'll be seeing you out there on the gallops. So they're all heading out now. What they'll do is they'll walk around the circle outside. Instructors will help them to mount the horses, and then they'll head out to either the indoor school or the gallops. So this is Victoria, one of the training instructors here at the NHC. So there's always plenty of instructors on hand to help out if the learners are struggling with anything, if they need any help at all. There's always plenty of instructors around. So he's just getting on here. So that's one way that that you can mount here. We also use the mountain block over there. So what Phil just did there was called a leg up, and then this is called the mountain block. Both are relatively easy. So there's a question asking if Rory's still here. He's actually been retired, so he's gone to his retirement home and is still loving life and looking really well. So he's actually gone to retire with Julia, who actually works here at the NHC, and he is looking fab. So there's quite a few out here this morning. A few are heading to the indoor, a few are heading to the gallops. But this replicates a typical racing yard. You know, it is full on and busy. You know, they've got to keep to times and ensure that everything's done correctly. So all the learners, when they start here as well, they'll all be assessed on their riding. So whether they've ridden before or not, they'll all be assessed on the first riding day, which is typically the Tuesday after they start. So they'll be assessed to give our training instructors an idea of what their skills are like, and if they have ridden before, you know, what they're like riding. And that'll just give them an idea of where to head with each learner. We do try and work one-to-one as well if those learners do need a bit more support with their riding, or even with their yard work as well. So you can see a lot of riders here, but we also have a non-rider option with the foundation course. So those that don't particularly want to ride, or they maybe exceed the weight of 11 stone with all their riding gear, they will typically do the non-riding option. They'll come out with the same qualifications, they basically just won't ride, but they'll do things like lunging, they'll learn how to trot up for the vet, hold for the farrier, When vets do routine checks here at the NHC, they'll assist with that, and they'll also do turnout, so they'll learn how to plat horses up and make sure they're turned out to a high standard. So there's a lot of different things that you can do as a rider or a non-rider. So I touched there on the weight that riders need to be. So if you are thinking of applying for the course, riders must be no more than 11 stone wearing their full riding gear. So it's typically around 10.5 stone without the riding gear. And that is pretty standard across the racing industry as well.
Savage, we're behind Clydebridge.
So the course is for anyone 16 and over, and we do quite often have what we'd call mature learners as well. So those that are in late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you know, you name it. There's no limit on when you can start training here. We've had numerous mature learners that are, you know, nearing retirement age that would like to do the non-rider side of the course, and then go on to be to yard people in racing yards. If you wanted to head over to our YouTube page or Facebook page, we've got a lot of interviews on there as well, so you can see us chatting to them about, you know, their time at the college and what they've achieved out in the racing industry.
Yeah. Keep going round.
So there'll be some on here that are heading to the indoor arena. Typically those that have been here 4 weeks, they'll still be in the indoor arena. And those that have been here for 11 weeks now, they'll be the ones that will be on the gallops. So we'll follow them up to the gallops. We'll show you a few of the facilities as we go up as well. So there's the indoor arena, which is ideal on a day like this because it's now raining a bit. So all our horses are graded as well, so those that arrive on the course that have maybe never ridden, or they're more of a novice rider, they'll tend to ride the ones that are quieter, a lot easier to handle, especially in the indoor arena. And then they'll progress as they grow confident. They'll progress onto the to the higher level horses. So those that have a bit more of a pull, that might have the cheeky buck here and there. It just really gets them used to horses that they'll be riding in the racing industry. So during the 12-week course as well, we do have the learners have to do evening programme, so that's typically after tea time. Tea's usually about 6 p.m. And they'll do evening programme, so it's all about life skills. So they'll learn how to cook, how to manage their money, all about mental health. All about living independently. So when they leave here and head out into the workplace, they'll feel confident of living independently. So just ahead of us here is the outdoor arena. So we typically use the indoor more than the outdoor, but it's a good facility to have. It's nice and big as well. So this is the walk that the learners do every time they ride. So whether it's to the indoor or the gallops, it's good because it warms the horses up a bit as well. So you can see just ahead of me, one of the learners has got an on track for racing gilet on. So during their time and the foundation course, those learners that are chosen by our training instructors as you know, showing real commitment, dedication, and really hard working, will be awarded with the on track for racing gilet and hat silk. So it's really good to be shown to be, you know, working hard and achieve them. So there's quite a few in front that actually have them on. And every Thursday as well, we announce on our social media pages who has won them for that week. And on a Wednesday we also announce a student of the week. So that's also chosen by our training instructors. So just before we head out to gallops, I'll just show you the indoor arena. So we'll catch up with that lot in a bit. So the indoor arena is where they all start their riding assessment. So on the first day of riding, when they start the course, they'll all be put on relatively low-levelled horses, ones that are very easy to ride, and they'll be brought into here, and our training instructors will just assess them on their riding and their skills. And it's a nice, big, safe environment as well, and it's handy when it's raining. So we do also hire this out as well, so if you have your own horses at all, we do hire this out with jumps if you wish. So get in contact if it's something that you're interested in. So once the riders are confident and our training instructors feel that they are capable of riding on the gallops, we'll then give them the chance to ride on the gallops on a quiet horse for their first time. And they just grow confidence, and if they feel like they struggle at all, they'll come back in the indoor, gain their confidence again and head back out. Each one is trained individually to a certain extent so that, you know, not everyone learns at the same level. So we make sure that everyone's ready before they head out. So we'll catch back up with the ones that are on the gallops now. So the gallops is a place where all the learners want to be. You know, it's great fun, they get a great adrenaline rush from it, and they see videos on that social media. You know, it's what they want to do, it's what they enjoy. So they always have a big smile on their face when they're finished. If anyone wants to ask any questions at all during the video, just let us know. We'll either answer them live or we'll comment on the video. So it's a beautiful setting round here as well. We're based at Rosington Hall, just outside of Doncaster. It's a lovely area to be, very quiet and very tranquil, so it's a really nice area. gates to make sure everyone's nice and safe. Right, so this is the gallops. It goes on a lot further than you can probably see. It's 7 furlong long, so just short of a mile. So the learners they all get on in walk. Once they're all on and ready, they'll then trot 2 laps, and then they'll come back down. They'll put their stirrups up, and then they'll canter. So a group this big will typically ride in 2 groups on the gallop when they're cantering. So there's a few that are a bit keen, but they soon settle into the rhythm when they're trotting. Like I say, they do 2 laps in trot, just to warm the horses up. And then they'll come back down and they'll canter for around a lap. So it's a wood chip gallop. So it's quite a reasonable surface. We also have some paddocks as well in the centre, where we've got some of the Doncaster Equine College horses in there, enjoying some time out. So as you can see, the instructors, they follow the groups. So every learner has an earpiece, so the instructors are able to give them direction and tell them what advise them on what they need to do with their position and how they're riding as they're going along. So it's really, really helpful for the learners. So you can see some stalls as well in the centre of the course. They're for the specialist courses, so our jockey courses. So if anyone watching is wanting to pursue a dream of becoming a jockey, which is what a lot of the learners that do the foundation course want to do, so they're done here. So the stalls are for the apprentice licence courses, and you'll see the fences in the far side, and they're for the jump ones. So if you want to pursue a career as a jockey, the first steps you need to do is to complete the 12-week foundation course. So once that's successfully completed, we'll then put you out on work placement. So the work placement location is decided between yourself and the training manager. So they'll make sure you're in a location that suits you, suits how you work, so whether it's a big yard or a smaller family run yard, or whether it's flat or jump. Some have preferences what yard they want to work in, whether it's flat racing or jump racing. So once you've so you'll then do a 6-week work placement with a racehorse trainer, and once that is completed, you'll typically be offered full-time employment with that racehorse trainer. And once you do, you can then progress to your level 2 apprenticeship. So to become a jockey, you need to have either completed or be working towards the level 2 apprenticeship before you can be considered for a jockey licence course. And the trainer that you're working for, he or she will typically be in touch with the college and put you forward for a jockey licence course. So in terms of timings, it's completely different for each individual. So we can't really put a time on how long it would typically take to get a licence out. But there's a lot of stories on our Facebook and YouTube channel that show individuals and their stories and how they've progressed from the foundation course to riding their first winners. So it's definitely worth a look on there. So they're in the far corner over there, so just out of reach. And so we've got two horses here from deck that are wondering what we're doing. So we do often use these horses for riders that start the foundation course that haven't had any experience with horses before, we may use these horses. They're a bit steadier, and it just helps to get the skills there for riding. So this is Boots, who usually belongs to Doncaster Equine College, so she's a great asset to their team, and like I say, we do often use her as well. So they're just in sight over there. So for those that want to work in racing as well, so be a racing groom, a work rider, anything like that, just working in a general yard, they go down the same path as I've just spoken about. So they have to successfully complete the 12-week foundation course. Then they'll be offered 6-week work placement with a racehorse trainer, and then they can. Then they'll be typically offered a full-time job with them, and then you're earning a full-time wage. And then most of our learners will apply for the level 2 apprenticeship as well. So that's the natural progression that they'd take. And the good thing about achieving the level 2 apprenticeship as well is that the pay actually increases. So the qualifications, as they increase, the wages increase as well, which is great. So they're all coming around now. It sounds like they're having a bit of a sing-along today. So you can see they've all settled now after they've done the lap. But the instructors keep a close eye on them too. So there's a few that we saw tacking up earlier in the stables, so they're out here. And they all look pretty confident, pretty good today. So a bit more about the foundation course then. So those that haven't achieved a grade C, which is, I believe, is a level 4 or above in their GCSE English and Maths, so they would have to do functional skills here at the NHC. So that's within the 12-week foundation course. So that's just if you haven't got them before you arrive. So you'd need them to achieve the qualification. So those that already have the level 4 or above in English and Maths, they wouldn't have to do that. So it's just those that haven't got it before they arrive. But like I say, there's no academic qualifications required to apply, so you don't need them to apply. So that will be done during the afternoons typically. So those that don't do the functional skills, already have them qualifications, they will do other bits in the afternoon. So there's a lot of different things that they'll be doing. So maybe on the yards, they'd learn turnout, how to turn a horse out properly. So that's platting up, using quarter markers, and bits like that. And the instructors also have a lot of different tasks for them as well. So usually, due to COVID, we haven't had many external visits for the learners. But usually they'd go to the races, or they'd visit a racing yard potentially, and there's a lot of different places that they can go to during their course, which is really beneficial for the learning, and to see a yard, working how it would be out in the industry. So they're really good opportunities for them. But like I say, due to COVID at the minute, it's not happening, unfortunately. But fingers crossed it can be back up and running soon. So we're just waiting for them to trot around the bottom end again. Unfortunately I can't go in the truck just due to social distancing. It's just safer out in the fresh air. But if you go to our Facebook or YouTube pages, you can see a lot of videos that we take of the learners on the gallops and the indoor, so you can really get an idea of what it's like on the gallops for the learners. And we'll be chatting to a few as well once they've cantered, just they'll let us know how it felt and how it went, and most of them have a smile on their face afterwards. So for those that are interested in applying for the foundation course, the cost of the course is £350. That's for the full 12 weeks. So that £350 includes accommodation, all your meals. So we have chefs on site that cook 3 meals a day, and the tuition. So that's £350 for the full course. There are bursaries available, so for those that have a household income of £23,000 or less, there is bursaries that you can apply for. So if that's of interest, you just ask at the time of interview, and we'll send forms out to you. There is also a £50 refundable room deposit required as well, so that's just for the accommodation, but you do get that back when you finish the course, as long as the accommodation's left in the same state it was found. So starting from the route we'd take, so from applying to the course online, you apply for the course, and then within around 10 days we'll be in touch to offer you an interview. So we offer most people an interview. So at the moment it's done over the telephone. Usually it's done here on site, but obviously due to rules and regulations with COVID, we're not able to welcome that at the minute. So we do everything over the phone. So we'll just chat to you about your experiences so far with horses, whether you have or haven't, what you want to achieve, and just find out a bit more about you as an individual. And then if you're successful in the interview, we'll then offer you a place on the next available course. And then from there we'll keep in contact until you start your course. You sure? Oh, that'd be great, thanks. Let's go that side. So we have space come available in the truck, so we're now able to watch them on the gallops. So I will be wearing a face mask, so the sound may be muffled slightly, but I'll do my best to make sure it's nice and clear. So the good thing about this is you'll be able to see up close exactly what happens on the gallops for our learners, and you'll be able to hear what the instructors have to say to the learners too. So at the moment the instructors are just letting a few of them off, so they won't all ride on the gallops now. So it looks like 6 of them are going this time. So you'll see the rest of them there that are they'll just wait until They'll just wait until these are finished and then they'll head out on there as well.
Make sure we get trotting first.
So you'll see.
Horse is straight, trotting Luke, getting back. Take your time, guys. Hang on, Luke, we've got a loose one.
So we've had one just plop off on the floor, but on her feet, so she's hopping back on now. So working with horses, obviously they can be slightly unpredictable. So we'll just wait for everyone to get ready. So we'll just head over to watch these just whilst everyone's getting ready. So these guys are just circling, keeping the horses warm whilst they're ready to go out. So we'll just wait till everyone's organised again before we head back out. Horse is a little fresh this morning. So we've got one just heading back now with Phil, and then we'll be back out on the gallops. Right then, we're back out again. So we had one that had just been a little monkey. I think they all know that the camera's on them today.
good though, nice and consistent. Yeah, didn't see a lot wrong to be honest. Thought you give him a good ride. Led a good string. You know, pace was nice and even when everyone was nice and settled behind you. So yeah, all good. I'll just get this rail.
Just popping a bit of rail back at the minute and then we'll catch up with them again.
Yeah, but it's just one of them things that you got to learn to live with in this game, you know. Won't be the first time we've had a loose one. You know, it's just how it is, and yeah, it winds them up. But to be fair, I thought you did a good job. It looked a little bit on the bridle, but it's good for you, good for your fitness and that. So yeah, all good, well done. All right, Sophia.
Yeah, you hold quiet.
Yeah, you got to try and keep the head straight, especially when you.
I'm trying to pull his head across, and he just wouldn't move.
Okay. Well, he had his teeth done, so he might be feeling his teeth a little bit still.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he is next week. If he's the same, we'll investigate.
Right.
Okay. All right, Luke.
Fun.
Keen.
Just leaned on it the whole way around.
Yeah. He does though, and obviously, we had a bit of a loose one, so.
Might be in a meeting. Can I help?
Probably got a bit wound up. Like, I thought you did a good job.
He's looking like real all the time.
Yeah.
And then rolls left side to it.
Well, it's all good though, because where you go in, they'll be keener than him. Okay, there's some people over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so well ridden, well done. I'll drop you off, Amelia, and I'll go and sort that rail out.
Yeah, no worries, thank you.
Thanks. Vic, I've just got to go and sort a rail out.
So they'll now come off the gallops and come into this little holding area now. They'll cool down whilst the others go out.
Right, next lot all ready with your eyes up, yeah? Make the circle a bit.
I'll get him flat, bitch. I'll be glad this
Should look at
I'll go get blue. Good. I'm very proud of you. Very, very proud.
So this is a good area for the learners to do a bit of a debrief with the instructors as well. So you saw the debrief that Phil did in the truck with them. So just as they're walking back, did a debrief there. But it's also good if they want to chat to the instructors about anything, or just find out how they think it went. And it's really good for their confidence and to help them to help their skills when they're riding as well. So a question from Mary Rose, do you still use the straight gallops? No, we only typically use the round gallops. They're out of use at the minute, the straight gallops. How did you find out then?
Good, yeah.
Yeah?
Good. Bit on it once you worked up.
Yeah. But it happens, doesn't it, at the end of the day, so it's...
I like this one.
Yeah. Do you ride him much?
Yeah, I've rode him quite a few times, but he's a bit technical, but once you get to know him, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
He's nice.
He's nice looking, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good boy. He knows it as well.
He does. So have you ridden much on the gallops?
Not before I came here, but I got onto the gallop like the end of week 2.
Oh, did you? So you were quite on it quite quickly then? Yeah. Well, that's good then. You still get the same thrill when you come off?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Nothing ever changes really in that respect. Like,
Yeah.
from
It
the
is.
first day I went on to now, it's still like
Yeah.
a smile on my face.
Good adrenaline rush, isn't it?
And obviously every day is different, so
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And all the horses are different. It's good to ride different horses. Even though you probably just want to ride your favourites all the time. How did you find it on the gallops then? Yeah. Did you? Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. It's in a way it's good that it helps you to realise, you know, them things happen and you can then deal with it, can't you? He seems pretty chilled now though, doesn't he? Bless him. So there's a few that have just headed out now. There's 3 of them, I believe, so we'll be able to catch them on their way back. So these that remain, they'll just stay around here, either keeping them warm if they haven't been on the gallops yet, or cooling them down if they have. So all of the horses, they vary in age as well. We've got some that are relatively young. few that have just been out of racing a few weeks. Actually, we've got a few new ones, and then we've got some that have been here for many years, that are great assets to the team, and they're really, really good for our learners, whether that be in the indoor arena or on the gallops. So it's good to have such a variation of them. We've got a few that are, you know, quite little and quite nimble, and a few that are a bit bigger and need to be kept together a bit more when you're riding them. So it is good that the learners experience riding all different types of horses. Obviously all being thoroughbred. So the three that are on the gallops now, they're just over near the fences, and we'll see them come back round in a second.
Stan looks pretty chill. He's chill, look at him, he's just chill.
It's all in the setup with Stan apparently.
You see him? You see him? You look at him?
So Isaac, that's leading the string here, we chatted to him in the stables, so he's doing a great job here. So who's this then that you're riding?
This is Netto.
Nettie, she's a bit naughty, wasn't she?
Yeah, just a little bit cheeky.
Yeah. Bless her. So this is Rosie, isn't it? It's one of our racing ponies. She's a bit of a legend here, isn't she?
Yeah.
Do you like riding her?
Yeah, she's really good.
She is, isn't she? She knows her game. Yeah. So this is one we chatted to in the stables about, wasn't it? That's been here. Yeah, Zorro, is that what it's called? So it's been here about a week. So he's very new to it then, isn't he?
He's only about 6 years old.
Right.
He still learns a bit, really.
Yeah, exactly. So he's still got racing in his brain. And who's this you're riding? Who's a novel dancer? But how was the gallops then for you? Yeah. It's good though, isn't it? That you can ride such a variation, and it builds your strength as well when they're like that, at least. So who's this you're riding? Do you like this one? They're quite tricky to ride. Oh, does he? Right. So who's this you're riding? Who, sorry? Coombe Hill. So he's been here a while, isn't he? He's a bit of a legend here. So his name crops up quite a bit. Who's this you're riding? Flybridge. Is he a bit relaxed today, isn't he? And this is Axiom, isn't it? And who's this you're riding? It's a Zigzag. Zigzag Girl, who actually featured on our Facebook page this week. So that's all the horses that these learners are riding today. So you might recognise a few of the names. A few of them have been here quite a long time. A few of them quite new to the NHC. So the likes of Coombe Hill and Axiom, Zigzag Girl, they've all been here quite a long time. We also have horse profiles on our website as well, so it features videos of our instructors talking to talking about each horse that we have here at the NHC. You know, what makes them great here for the learners, or what their quirks are, and how long they've been here as well. So if you want to head over to our website and have a look at them, they're definitely worth a look, and you might recognise a few of the names if you've come through the NHC at all, or back in their racing days you might recognise them. So if you've been to the NHC before, you'll probably all have recognised the name Damien, who is well known at the NHC for being a little bit cheeky in the stable. He's great for the learners to ride on the gallops. He's a really, really good ride. But he was born on the 6th of the 606, hence why his name is Damien. So yeah, he's a bit cheeky. We'll be able to see him in a bit back at the yard. But he's one that was actually born and bred at the NHC, so he's never actually raced. He's the only one here that has never raced. All of the others have had a racing career. So yeah, he was born and bred at the NHC 14 years ago now. So he's a great asset to the team. But yeah, those that have been to the NHC will know Damien and his little quirks. So these three have just come off the gallops, so we'll chat to them in a second once they've got back on the circle. So who's the show riding then? Dark Ruler. So how did that go for you then?
Yeah, it was nice,
Yeah? Is he a nice ride? Yeah. Typically, yeah. Have you ridden him much?
Yeah, quite a lot.
Oh, okay. It's always easier when they're a bit like that, isn't it? And this is one and only Munch. So how was he today? Yeah? That's really good then. So have you ridden him much since you've been here?
Yeah, just on the gallops. Been solo a couple of times.
Yeah. That's good then. So a bit of a variation for you. Fab. Well, he looked good anyway. So we caught up with you in the stables, didn't we? So how was that for you? Oh, that's good then. Did you find him quite settled in there? It's really good. Well done. So that was Ralph there that Isaac was riding. So when we go back down to the yard, we'll be able to see the other horses that we haven't seen on here. A few more names that you might recognise. So we'll leave these guys to it and we'll head back down, just chat a bit more about the college and the facilities, and a bit more about the foundation course and what's involved. So we'll see all these guys back down at the yards once they've all ridden on the gallops. So there's a group, I believe, in the indoor arena. So they should be finished soon as well, so we can chat to them about how they've found their lesson in there. So that was quite a big group on riding out on the gallops today. So you can see there'd be 4 individual groups that will be cantering. So we typically wouldn't send them all out as one string. So there's one there just on their own, just getting the horse settled. Sometimes it's the best way. So the learners they'll all learn how to respond to horses differently, depending on how the horses are and how they're ridden. So this is typically the best part of the day for the learners when they get to ride. But obviously there's also other things that are involved in looking after horses that aren't as pleasant as riding. So poo-pick in the fields, all the learners will do that. Mucking out obviously, and just making sure the yards are all kept nice and smart. So there's a lot of manual work involved, which is where we'd talk about fitness. So the fitness side of it is crucial for the learners. So the fitter they are when they arrive, the better it'll be for them, or the easier it'll be for them. So you don't have to be, marathon running fit. It's just increasing the fitness that you're doing already. So if you're currently not doing any running at all, maybe 1 mile 3 times a week, is better than what you were doing. So it's just about increasing a bit of fitness, and you will find the course easier. So it's not just the riding, it's the yard work as well. So our training instructor, Matthew, he also does fitness training with the learners. So a lot of learners don't particularly like the fitness training side of things, but it's really good to make sure that your core strength and your stamina for when you're riding is there, because it really does benefit. So we're just heading back down to the college, to the main site. So it's a bit of a walk down, but it's good for the horses to warm up and warm down. So on our site as well, we also have Doncaster Equine College. So that's a good course for those that don't necessarily want to go into the racing side of things. So if there's anybody within daily travel distance of Doncaster that's interested in equine courses, we do level 1, 2 and 3 here. So if that's something you're interested in, then please let us know. We can send you some more details for that. So straight in front of us is the main building that we were at earlier. So we'll be able to show you a quick walkthrough. The only thing we won't be able to show you is the accommodation, just due to COVID regulations and cleanliness. We don't really want to walk through the accommodation at all. And we do have one-way system in place as well at the college, just to ensure being as safe as possible during this time. So there's some paddocks over there as well, where there'll be a lot of field maintenance and poo picking to be done by learners whilst they're here. So this is the main entrance to the college, as you'll see. So every visitor we have at the moment will have to do a temperature check. We have hand sanitizer everywhere as well, and just to mark down temperatures. So we'll just quickly show you what we call the rec room. So the rec room is where the learners can have their downtime. So it's great for lunch times or after the evening meal. They can just come up here and relax as a group. So you can see in here, it's a nice big area for them. They have Netflix as well, if there's any Netflix fans out there, and a pool table as well. So it's a great area for them just to relax and enjoy the downtime. We also have a tuck shop just over there, so that has any snacks and sweets and essentials as well that we sell. So every evening that's open. If any learners need to purchase anything from there. So this board, so this shows quite a lot of different things on here. So there's the timetables for the week, so that's shown on there. So that gives you an idea of what the timetable includes during their weekly programme. And there's also the evening programme there. So I touched on the evening programme earlier, where they'll talk about, they'll learn about life skills, how to cook, how to manage their money, drug awareness, mental health. We'll cover a lot of different things in the evening programme. So that's what's included in there. And there's just a lot of information for the learners on this board should they need it. And we also have a welfare officer that's always on hand for any learners that would like, sit down and chat, or just a bit of advice or anything like that. So there's always somebody there, should they be feeling homesick or just want somebody to chat to. It's locked at the moment, but you can see that's one of our lecture theatres in there. That's where the evening programmes or the daytime lectures take place. Most of the lectures in the daytime are done on the yard, so it's quite practical, but there are elements that will require the lecture theatre for that. So now we move into the canteen. So this is where all the meals are prepared each day. So there's John there, the chef. So this is where they're all kept. So obviously there's not much out at the minute because they're preparing for lunch. But there's cold drinks and tea and coffee available throughout the day, 24/7 for them. So this is where the meals will be eaten. And this board here just gives you an idea of the meals. So we've got lunch on there. There's a few options each day that they can choose from, and the evening meal as well, so there's a few different options. So anyone that has any dietary requirements at all, then our chefs are great at at just making things to suit you, making sure that you get the right nutrients, make sure you're full after a long hard day. So all of our learners, actually due to COVID, they live in a bubble. So from the time they arrive, they don't leave site for 12 weeks at all. So that's why they can sit together for their evening meals. And like I say, they're in their own little bubble. So when staff are here, we make sure that social distancing is paramount as well to keep everybody safe. So Halloween is obviously on Saturday tomorrow, so our learners have been busy making a few pumpkins. So it's not all about the riding skills, it's also about carving skills, and they look quite good, to be honest. So yeah, that's what they were busy doing the other night. And straight in front of me here is the residential block. So like I said earlier, we can't go in there just to make sure, you know, everything's clean and safe for the learners. Don't want to risk them at all during this COVID time. So the first floor is the girls' landing, and the top floor is the boys' landing. So the learners have to stay on their own landings, and if they're caught on another landing at all, then they get pulled to one side. So there's single rooms and there's twin rooms, so a lot of learners like to share, just it's a bit of company on an evening, and just have someone there to talk to. But we also have the single rooms for those maybe mature learners that would like to have a single room, or those that do request it. We can take requests for a single room, but we can't promise them at all. So yeah, you can request it, but we can't make promises with that. So now we head through to what is called the top yard. So there's a few learners keeping busy through there. So we'll just take you through here. So during the time, the learners' time during the foundation course, they all have roles and responsibilities. So one of them roles is to ensure that all the numbers are all dried and washed and put away neatly. So obviously all the horses have been ridden at the moment, so there'll be a bit of washing and drying to do for the learners. So there's each group has a learner that is responsible for that. So it's good as it gives them responsibilities while they're here. And this is the tack room, so it's quite bare at the moment because obviously all the horses have been ridden. But this is where the learners will meet in the morning. So nice and early, 6:30, they'll meet in here for registration. Quite chilly in the winters, but we have a nice fire there. And there's also a TV there for when we put the racing on, so it's good for learners to watch the racing, especially the big meetings. So if you're not familiar with a saddle or the tack at all, we'll show you one up close, a racing saddle. So racing saddle is slightly different to the normal conventional way of riding in what's called a general purpose saddle. It's a half tree saddle, so the sides are quite bendy, but it is just a different style of riding, as you will have seen on the horses' backs. So the stirrups as well, they're all safety stirrups, so it's a lot safer than the usual straight bar stirrups, the way they curve there, so they're always good to use as well. So bridles are pretty much standard as well. Some of them have the breastplate, like this one does here, and this belongs to Doug. And there's just a normal loose ring snaffle. So all the horses are different, so they all have different bits of tack that they may need. So learners will figure out all the different bits and what they're used for whilst they're here. So this is what we call the top yard. So this is where the Doncaster Equine College horses are kept. There's some learners keeping busy. So we'll just head to the simulator room now. So the simulator room is what it says on the tin really, it's a racing simulator. If I can open the door. So I've actually had a new one, a new simulator that's arrived recently. So these basically teach the learners the correct position, they can gauge their balance on them, and they're really good to understand the position that they need when they're riding. So they are mechanical, so we can put them on different levels. Obviously, nothing compares to riding a horse, but it's really, really good training for the learners, and it's good for their fitness as well. So the learners will come in here typically every day, and our yard supervisor, Lee Swift, actually comes in here on his breaks in the week, and will offer learners any training that they want. If they want to come in and just up their skills or their fitness, then that's what these are for. Obviously this middle one is not normally here, so it's just the two that we usually have in there. So you'll see a few fitness bits down here as well. So that's what is used for when Matthew does his fitness training with the learners. It's good to understand the different things they can do to keep fit, and especially riding fit as well. So touching on a bit of equipment whilst the learners are here, so you can see here all the body protectors that we have. So they are available. They're basically loaned to the learners whilst they're here. So you don't need a body protector before you arrive for the course. But the equipment you will need before you arrive is a hat to the standard that racing requires. You'll need riding boots and jumpers or long riding boots, and you'll need a pair of gloves and a pair of breeches as well. So that's the riding equipment that you'll need. And we give you a jacket, 2 polo shirts and a jumper to keep, and that's included in the cost of the course. And then any other equipment that you need, we have a learner guide that's available to send out to anybody that wants to have a look at the different equipment that you need, whether that's a personal or the must for when they're on the yards. So it looks like the learners are just heading back now from the gallops. So we'll head down to the yards to see them there. So you'll see straight ahead of me as well is what's called a walker. So all the horses go on the walker in the mornings. So most yards will have a walker. It's good that the learners will learn to put them on correctly and safely. So we'll be able to meet a few more of the horses down here as well. So this here is the Mare and Ponybarn. So we have 2 racing ponies here at the NHC, Charlie and Rosie. Rosie we saw earlier on the gallops. So this is Chatty Man. And we've got a few that are out at the moment. So this is Charlie, racing pony. So he thinks he's about 17 hands. But yeah, he's a bit of a legend here at the college. So he's ready to head out for one of the learners. Thank you. Other than that, it's quite quiet in here. Are you riding on in the indoor today?
I'm going on the gallop.
Oh, are you going on the gallop? Oh, for the first time? Oh, fab. How are you feeling?
Quite excited.
Yeah. Oh, I should look after you. Well, good luck anyway. So they're just heading back from the gallops where we saw them. So they all dismount when they're in the top circle where we last saw them. Then they walk them back, just loosen the girths off and walk them back. Gives the horses time to warm. Sorry, to cool down as well. So there's a few horses we'll meet in here. So this is Archie, or Akamoto, as he's called. So he was in training with Graham McPherson. He's a lovely, lovely big horse. Watching them all come in. And then the one who I spoke about earlier, this is Damien. So Damien's a cheeky chap, isn't he? To say the least. So you're riding him today. Have you ridden him much before?
No, it's my first day riding him.
Oh, is it? So you're looking forward to it? He'll look after you, won't he? He's lovely for the learners, isn't he? He does look after you, so you'll be absolutely fine. He's just a monkey in the stable, isn't he? So this is Jack, one of the newer recruits at the college. These are a few that have just come back through. So this is Doug, or Douglas Pasha, his racing name was. So he features in our horse profiles as well on our website. So this is another new recruit, Credit Swap. So we'll be seeing a lot more of these on our social media pages, lots of videos and pictures. So this is Edge. He's having his mid-morning snacks. And this is Darwitzer, who's another firm favourite for the learners as well. So they're just, a lot of them are taking the tack off now. So there's a few here that are coming in from the indoor arena. We'll catch up with a few of them. So you've just ridden in the indoor arena?
Yeah.
How did it go?
It was a bit keen.
Oh, was he? He made you work hard.
Yeah, very sweaty.
It's good for fitness then.
Yeah, very.
Fantastic, well done. Have you just finished in the indoor arena?
Yeah, I'm impressed.
How did that go for you?
Alright, to be fair.
Yeah?
My standing canter's a bit.
You're working on there.
Yeah,
You're trying your best, aren't you?
I know, you gotta do is try your best.
Well, exactly, yeah. It'll come, won't it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's not your finger.
Oh, makes you work hard anyway.
It does. I normally ride dogs, to be fair. It's quite short.
Do you?
As well.
Oh, okay. So you're riding different types, and it's does make you work. It's a bit of a ledge though, isn't he, this one? He's a big horse, isn't he? Bless him. Well done. So we'll have a look in the next barn. So there's Axiom there just having a wash off. We got a bit sweaty on the gallops. So there's first grey we've seen today, so that's Leata's. You alright? There's a few more heading out now. So this is Stuart in here, that's actually related to Tinsel, who's next door. Not fazed by much them ones. So here's another grey, Taste the Wine. Or Graham, as he's known to his friends. So this is Frank, who's one of the learners' favourites. He features in quite a lot of our Student of the Week pictures, but he's not that interested today. Oh, no, he is. Oh, we're having a roll. Sweaty Munch is having a roll. Is that better, Munch? Bless him. So this is Fuzzy. So in here is the feed room. So this is where the learners will feed first thing in the morning. So in here is where all the feed's kept. So during the 12-week course we have a group of seniors and a group of juniors. So the seniors are responsible for feeding in the mornings, and the juniors don't feed, but once they become seniors, that's when they'll feed. So there's a few more getting on to head out now. So one walking towards us is Tommy O'Dwyer. That's Ralph. There's Leatas that we saw just coming out. There's Damien. And there's Gamester Boy. So they'll all be heading out onto the gallops. You heading out onto the gallops then? Yeah, you looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Have you ridden? Oh, have you not? Ah, okay. He'll look after you though, won't he? How many times have you ridden on the gallops then? Have you ridden much? Oh, have you? So you're getting used to it then? Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Ah, fab. Well, good luck. Sure you'll be fine. So as you can see, it's a busy environment here, so the learners get used to having to work to times and making sure they're ready on time, which is just what it's like in a racing yard. So you've got to be out pretty sharpish. So we'll make sure everything's done to time, so mucking out, evening stables as well, feeding, grooming them in an evening, grooming before they're ridden, so everything's done to time. And they do develop that and get better once, once the time goes on. So naturally, you're not going to be as quick when you start, but by the time they've finished, they're pretty quick with everything. But also making sure it's done correctly as well. So we've done previous open mornings where we've been able to go in the residential block and to see a simulator session as well. So you can actually view them on our YouTube channel, or if you go back to our Facebook videos as well, you can view them on there. So that's good to watch back and just see what different aspects of the college are like there. How did you find that today then? Yeah? Something's exciting, eh? We're going to have a roll now. Have a good scratch. So what's next for you then now?
Just yard duties and all.
You've got yard duties now. So how many have you ridden today?
One, because I haven't ridden with my knee, so
Oh, okay. So one. Ah. At least it went well though.
yeah.
Fantastic. Right, we'll leave you to it. You've got plenty to do. So where are you heading to? The gallops?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite out of breath though.
Oh,
Didn't realise I was running until about 5 minutes ago.
oh did you?
No,
Quick turnaround.
Yeah.
So how many have you ridden today?
This will be my third.
Okay, so plenty then. Do you find it tiring at all?
Yeah, but it's worth it.
But your fitness builds over time, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You get 2 lessons of fitness once a week.
Oh, okay.
For about an hour, so definitely helps.
Yeah, definitely. Perfect. Well, we'll let you get on with it anyway. So that's Darwitzer there. So this is Stan, who we saw Isaac riding earlier. So he's now enjoying a chill out time and about to eat. So whilst the learners are here, they may ride 1 or 2 a day, they may ride 3 or 4, so depending on the circumstances while they're here. So they will get to ride definitely a different variety of horses whilst they're here. So they all join onto the circle, and once they're all sort of their stirrups and their girths out, that's when they'll be heading out. So you can see Charlie coming around the corner, you can see how little he is compared to the others, but he definitely thinks he is the boss here. So he's one of our racing ponies. He's good for the smaller or lighter riders to ride him. So we'll be finishing the video in about 5 minutes, so if anyone's got any questions at all that they want to ask, just pop it in the comments and we'll be able to answer it either live or we'll comment back to you. Also, if anyone wants any more information about the foundation course via email, if you want to either directly message our Facebook page or email us at info@thenhc.co.uk, we'll be able to send you an information pack that will include all the information you need for the 12-week residential foundation course. So they're just heading out now. Should be the final group that's riding today. So we'll have a look what's in this barn over here before we conclude the video. Someone's hungry. So there's obviously plenty of food to go around in there. So the stables are a bit quiet now, lots of them horses are out. So the horses are enjoying a bit of downtime. So we spoke about earlier the On Track for Racing awards that we do. So those awards are given to those that demonstrate them positives when they're here. And those that really try hard and that really improve while they're here, they are rewarded for that. and the duties as well that we spoke about. It's been a bit of a tear in the paper, but this shows just the duties, roles and responsibilities that take place during the course. So every learner has a responsibility whilst they're here. So whether it's cleaning the simulator room, sweeping the walker, making sure all the grooming bags are right, making sure the boot room's clean, you know, everything that you can think of, the learners are required to do that whilst they're here. Right, so that pretty much concludes our video this morning. So like I said, if you've got any questions at all, or you'd like to receive an information pack, just private messages or email us at info@thenhc.co.uk, and we'll be able to send more information over to you. Alternatively, we've got a lot of videos and interviews and information on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, Instagram, and also our website as well. So if you want any more information, just get in contact or visit them sites. So thanks everybody for taking part today with us. We're delighted to show you around the NHC and what our learners get up to on a day-to-day basis. So we'll see you all soon, and thank you very much.